Welcome back to Fear and Beer, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. Join us as we venture year-round into the fog.
Make sure you give us a like and a follow on your podcast platform of choice. Also, be sure to check out our YouTube page where we upload every episode in its video format, and maybe a few other surprises as well.
Make sure you're following us on social media to keep up to date with our newest haunted content.
I'm Nick.
I'm Seamus.
I'm Jamie.
We are only 4 days away from Halloween Horror Nights. That's right, it is Monday, and then on Friday we will be back. We will be back in the fog with everybody prancing about, doing the old HHN opening weekend vibes. It's crazy. We're already here. We're in the middle of our podathon, 1 week, and we've done a lot so far, and we got a lot ahead of us. And tonight is no different. We are keeping this train rolling. We're bringing back a tradition that's often requested, which I'm not sure why it's so requested, because this is the one that gets everybody angry. This is our hot takes episode, but we're also pairing it up. I believe we paired it up last year, but we're also going to do our wait time over and under predictions. Each of us kind of gave a numerical value of what we think these houses might land. And we're going to kind of decide if maybe we're all around the same ballpark. If not, what's the number? What do we think it's going to be? We'll kind of give you our best guesstimate at that point. And then, that's that. We're going to sign off and we'll sign back on tomorrow. But couldn't not re-drink this beer. It's in town. It's the only thing that is probably going to be in my fridge for a while. And that is Shipyard Pumpkinhead. I got to crack this thing open. It's just too good to not have. I'll probably have this on multiple episodes. I've probably already had it on an episode. I don't care. I got to go out and go get some other stuff, but it's just so good. It tastes so good to be back. That's what I'm rocking tonight. Seamus, I know you went and grabbed a beer. What do we got over there?
I did. I did grab some stuff. And I it's not Pumpkinhead.
Oh,
if you can believe it.
Okay.
So I did find it at the Publix near my house, but they only had 6-packs, and I need, I was gonna try to see if I could find it in a bigger case, and so I stopped into the brandy new Total Wine they just put in around the corner of my house, which was probably a bad idea in the grand scheme of things to put that in front of me, because it's like Disneyland for drinkers. But besides the point, I did find a 12-pack of something different, and that is the Elysian Pumpkin Pack.
Ooh,
and
yep.
So it's got a Night Owl Pumpkin Ale in it. It's got the IPA pumpkin. I forget what they call it, a pumpkin imperial.
Yep.
And they have the coffee pumpkin, pumpkinchino.
Interesting.
So tonight I am going to enjoy a Night Owl Pumpkin Ale, just their standard pumpkin ale. Not going to go through a ton of details on it, because I'm sure I've had it before. I'm sure we've talked about it before. But yeah. Elysian, based out of Seattle, Washington. You can usually find it in a lot of your local beer places or liquor stores or wherever they sell craft beer. But it is a standard pumpkin ale. So I'm pretty excited to give it another whirl. Not my favorite pumpkin. Obviously, I think Pumpkinhead still takes top honors for that, but it is better than Whole Hog. I'm sorry, Universal. I know they're your bread and butter, but just not my favorite pumpkin ale. So
yeah, I don't get enough pumpkin out of that one. It's more just kind of cinnamony almost and dry, which is like a weird way to describe a beer, but that's what I always get from it.
I feel like with pumpkin ales, we kind of want it to be a lot. To me, I want it sweeter than what Whole Hog is. I don't think Whole Hog is sweet enough.
No,
maybe that's just my palate. I don't know, but Elysian's like a good alternative to Pumpkinhead if you can't find it.
Yeah, it's a little darker usually. I liked that too, because it's a little bit spicier almost. Yeah, Pumpkinhead's just got the perfect blend. You can't beat it.
Tastes like fall.
Mm-hmm.
Tastes like leaves are changing.
And here we are, the end of August, already ripping it.
Cheers.
Oh, yeah. Alrighty.
Oh, shit. I'd rip this thing in the springtime if I could get it.
Yeah. I don't know why they don't. Like, I get it. It might be oversaturated, but I'd still be buying it. I do
not care.
I'd still be buying it. Alrighty. Hot takes. We're going to jump right into these things. So I say I can rip one off just because we got, and I don't have these in any order. Obviously, some might be a little spicier than others. And I feel like some of these I'm like, is it a hot take or like
I know. Is it just a thought?
It's tough, you know. But
A hot thought.
a hot thought, I guess.
Ooh,
Yeah,
I like that. Might be onto something here.
Get your mind out of the gutters, listeners. That's not what I meant.
So one of them that I put is this year is going to give us at least 3 all-timers in terms of houses.
Ooh, wow.
I'm just feeling it. I'm
That's
feeling
hot.
it.
Not gonna lie, that's really hot.
I was
mean, it's
looking back.
not piss people off type of hot, but
No, yeah.
hot.
I got a varying degree of like going against the grain versus like kind of with the grain a little bit. But when I'm looking back at the anniversary years, they typically knock it out of the park. Like if I look back at 30, now I don't know if everybody's going to refer to these as all timers, but you definitely have Wicked Growth. That's definitely like without question an all timer. And then a couple of the other ones that are lingering around there that were really, really good that people still talk about a lot. You have The Bride of Frankenstein Lives. I think that would be maybe in some people's all timer list. You had Puppet Theater. You had Haunting of Hill House and Case Files. Now, those are all houses that I know some people hold in high regard. Maybe not all of them, but some people do. And that's why I'm pretty positive that with a anniversary year, and I know there's also a debate too of like, is 35 an anniversary? You know, like every 5 does seem it does kind of cheapen it, right? Like you maybe just 30, 40, 50, whatever.
Yeah, guilty. I might be one of those.
Yeah.
People,
but they still definitely put emphasis on these years. As far as what houses those would be, that's up for debate. You know, we really don't know until we go through. But I think this year is going to produce at least 3 all-timers. What if you had to guess? What would you think could potentially be in that category?
Ooh, all-timers? That's tough because, I mean, if we're talking just like good popular houses, like an example would be The Exorcist. Like I don't think The Exorcist is an all-timer, but it was a solid house. It was really good. I think people really liked it. I think it turned some heads when people didn't expect it. For this year, though,
yeah, what would you pick out like maybe as an early like all-timer? It doesn't even have to be like what do you have hype in, but like could be because I'm thinking.
I think Invasion.
Yeah,
might be considered an all-timer.
I was thinking.
I think that the alien thing, we don't do it very often, and it might be just one of those that people might be clamoring for. I could be wrong. I mean, just based on my guess as the wait time, I don't. Maybe I don't agree with myself. I don't know. We'll kind of talk about that a little bit, but I could see that one potentially having that type of impact.
Yeah, and I don't think the wait times dictate it. I had Ozzy up there as well.
I think Ozzy might actually. I mean, again, I don't have. We'll talk about it when we talk about hypes, or maybe we've already talked about hype. I don't know. It's where we are in the timeline right now. But yeah, so I mean, we'll see kind of how we feel those line up. But Ozzy's another one that I think may turn out to be a really, really good all-time type of house.
Yeah, Jamie, what would you if you had to pick out any like as all-timers, maybe besides those 2, or do you agree with those 2?
Unless you guys had other ones, this kind of leads me into my first hot take because I kind of had one a little similar, if that's okay.
Yeah, well,
into it.
Yeah, I think just to kind of put a button on that first part, I think those 2. I think Jack and Oddfellow might be one that people are talking about for a long time.
True.
And then,
that's a good point.
You know, I have made no questions about it that I hated Evil Dead Burn. This could be like The Exorcist. This could it might be an amazing house.
Could be.
I don't think the source material is there, but I think the house could be. So we'll see. But yeah, Jamie, what do you got for a little take?
So my hot take, I guess it is more of a little take, but I think that our Stranger Things house we're getting this year is going to be an all-timer for Stranger Things houses. I think they're going to take the advice that we got from the last season. I think they're going to want to make it really, really accurate to this 5th season and really go off with a bang for an anniversary year and for the completion of the series itself.
So you're thinking maybe it might even be better than the first one.
Wow.
I think it could. I think it could be up there. I was literally thinking to myself too. I feel like I always write down a couple hot takes and then a couple come to mind once we start talking about them, which is good.
It's usually
But
how it works.
this was one of them. I was like, I think this might be comparative to the first season if it ends up being pretty good.
Hey,
so
as long as we get our boy Avion as Lucas
a
again,
a beginning and an ending. It is kind of sad to see it go, but I think it'll be very nostalgic too. And I think even though it's based mostly on it is going to be based mostly on this last season. I think we'll get a couple nice little Easter eggs too.
I hope so.
Mhm.
I could see that. Yeah,
I
actually
almost had that
Oh, did you?
on my list.
That it
I
was gonna be
almost
the
put
best
Stranger Things will
Things?
be the best Stranger Things house.
Yeah.
I'm
hoping.
It crossed my mind. I figured one of you would talk about it, so I'm kind of glad you brought this up now. But yeah, I agree, Jamie. I do think this is probably going to be the best Stranger Things house that they've done.
Yeah.
Fingers crossed, buddies.
I'll piggyback real quick, just because this one ties into Stranger Things.
Perfect.
I put Stranger Things doesn't ever need to come back again after this. We don't need to see a
agree.
compilation house. I think we
100%.
need to be done with it. Like
I think
I could
this
agree.
is the denouement. It's time to do something different. I mean, we've ended the show. If they ever bring the show back at some point with older actors playing the older characters, and they want to maybe revisit it in a few years, we can talk about it. But yeah, I think that for the most part, we can kind of move on to different Netflix properties.
Yeah, I'm ready.
There are other shows that they could do, or other movies that they could use.
Yeah, I'm ready. I'm ready for it to be over. So that was just kind of like a little take. I was just like, you know what, I think that's one that a lot of people will agree with too. Like we've been there, done that. It's time to move on.
Definitely.
What do you got, Seamus? What's in the barrel?
No, I mean, I actually have one that's funny enough, kind of leads off of these two hot takes from you guys. To me, I don't know if we're not going to have. I don't think we're going to have a FNAF level wait this year. I don't think we're going to have how any of the houses this year are going to have, and obviously this leads into our wait time discussion. I do not think we're going to have the same situation we did last year, where there was a house that from open to close, it was a 2-hour wait consistently. I don't think that we're going to have anything anywhere near that. Even with the 2 p.m., like this new 2 p.m. start, I don't think with or without that, I don't think we would have a house that is going to reach that. Stranger Things will come close potentially. Sinners may potentially come close, but I don't think we're going to have that same level of FNAF fever.
Yeah, it's tough coming off that year, man, because like none of these we've talked about it in the past as well, as like where these IPs are at least not exciting us as much,
right?
But I agree with that.
I don't
think anything's going to sniff FNAF.
I think we're going to be surprised by Sinners. I think if it's going to be any of them, I think it's going to be Sinners. That's going to have the longest wait.
I agree.
Possibly.
And just based solely on the star power of that movie.
That's what I'm saying. Just looking at the other IPs and everything and the other draws, I'm like, I don't know. Everyone loves Sinners, but I think that might be our biggest pull right now. I think we're going to see a lot of
do we get an Avion
older fans of the event
or smoke?
Maybe? Ooh, only time will tell.
Not asking you to tell us, Avion. We're just saying,
sweet Avion.
but let us know.
Yeah, I do think that Stranger Things is going to have the longest wait this season.
Yeah,
according to my calculations.
All right, so I got one in here that can kind of jump off of that as well.
Mm-hmm.
I think Ozzy is going to be the most exciting IP. I think that's going to be the best IP house.
Ooh, the best IP house.
Yeah, I think it's going to smoke all the other IPs.
Ooh, that is hot.
Yeah, that's pretty hot.
I don't know if I like that one.
I don't think it's going to even be
on that one.
I don't think it's going to even be close with the other IPs.
I think Hellraiser is going to be pretty cool.
I think Hellraiser is going to be. Hellraiser is going to be
either
like
a
dark horse.
Miss.
It's gonna. Well, no, I think it's going to be kind of like that. Like that Exorcist, like not a lot of like expectation, but I think really the expectation people have right now is it's going to be as gory as Terrifier. Like they want that same level of over the top, and I think they can achieve that with something like Hellraiser, especially after what they achieved with Terrifier. Like they completely proved me wrong. I didn't think they'd ever go that hard, and they did. And I feel like Hellraiser, there's an opportunity to go as hard or harder. I think one of my hot takes kind of plays right along with that idea, Jamie. I think that Hellraiser will be gorier than the Terrifier house. I think that it's going to, as I think you have to. It's almost like you have to kind of top that a little bit if you can. It lends itself to that style. It lends itself to that thing that that over the top, bloody body parts everywhere type of environment. So I think that would work. But yeah, I still think Sinners is going to end up being the best IP. I mean, if I had to have a take on this, I like where you're going. I think Ozzy, Ozzy, God, rest in peace, Ozman. But I think Sinners is just. I think they're gonna blow us away with this. I think we're all very much like, how do they make this work? Is this really going to work as a house? And I think it's going to be a blast.
Yeah, Jamie, you got one that kind of plays off of that at all?
Let's see. Let me pull up a couple that I have here that could possibly relate. The last two just kind of popped off the top of my head, honestly. So
it's the best way to do it.
As I do have one that I could play off of that.
If you have one that you play off of, go ahead. Because that was honestly my next one was Sinners will be the most popular IP. So that was kind of perfect for that. So you go ahead first.
Well, this kind of contradicts both. I said Sinners, I think, might fall flat.
Oh.
I think the music is going to stand out and be like the big show moments, but I'm very, very nervous about how the story of Sinners gets played out and that it presumably is just Club Juke. It makes me very nervous.
Yeah.
I'm excited because I love the movie and I'm very excited to see what they do with it.
I could see your worries.
I'm just very curious.
It's a fair take.
And that was kind of like why I think Ozzy will be the best IP, because it seems like this is almost like last year with WWE Presents, where it's an IP, but there's freedoms. They still like are doing kind of whatever. It's not, hey, this is what's in the movie. This is like, I'll just kind of make, do an original take, have Ozzy as the backbone, use your freedom. And I think for me, Sinners is, if it is just Club Juke and we are all just one setting the whole time, I'm really hoping they find a way, which I'm sure Ramon and whoever else worked on the house, I'm sure they will find a way. But as it stands right now, without going into it, I'm very cautious.
No, I can see that. I think maybe I'm just the opposite. I think that Ozzy's the one that's going to potentially have the biggest chance of falling flat. I worry about how much freedom they're truly going to have. I know that people say like, they're going to be given a lot of leeway to kind of do what they want to do. I don't necessarily agree with that. I mean, just because he's dead doesn't mean that his estate, Sharon and the record label that own a lot of his tapes and stuff, that they're just going to let them go buck wild and whatever they want Ozzy. Yeah. It's going to be very much controlled. It's going to be very tight down to the last, I think, room to room. It's going to be very much controlled. I think as long as they're given some level of freedom, they could turn it around. They could turn it into something really, really special. But I do worry that sometimes when you have that type of, micromanagement, it can kind of tend it can tend to cause some of these houses to fall flat. Excuse me.
Yeah.
All right. I got a hot take. It'll put us on a different little topic, but that's okay.
Yeah, no, we got to shift.
By all means, we can be all over the place tonight.
As a somewhat notorious hater of this, I the more I've looked into it, think this might be one of the best Nightmare Fuel shows that we get.
I had that same exact thing on my list.
Did you?
I also had the exact same hot take. Yep. I said Blood Noir is going to surprise people and actually be the better of the three.
I think it'll be dark. I think it'll have more of a storyline, which I like. Don't get me wrong. I love the whole what's her name? The Queen, the
Nightmare Queen.
Nightmare Queen. Thank you. I like the whole Nightmare Queen idea. Don't get me. I love the magic. You guys know I love the magic. Hopefully, there's still a little bit somewhere in Blood Noir, a little bit of magic. But I think I obviously will give it a shot because we're going to do everything. But this, who knows? I might actually see it more than once this season if I do really enjoy it that much, because I do. I mean, come on, I do like I almost said vampires, and I do like the whole black and white kind of noir style thriller theme, I guess. So I think it could be a good pairing. I think this could possibly work.
I'm not 100% convinced, but I'm still close to being convinced that we're going to get Boris Schuster in this house. I think they're in the house of the show. I think he's going to be a part of the show.
It'll be something we've been
That's
saying.
a hot take right there.
That is a hot take. Even though I said that I didn't like that the theming wasn't the same as what the event is kind of portraying this year, I do think it'll have more of that narrative, bringing in different characters maybe that we haven't seen before for the Nightmare Fuel cinema or universe, I should say. So I'm intrigued.
The NFC, the Nightmare Fuel cinematic universe.
So, I was going to say
NFCU.
You saw what I was going to say.
NFU,
cinematic universe.
Nightmare Fuel universe. I had the same thing, beat for beat. I said best Nightmare Fuel of all time.
Yeah.
I think
I didn't quite say the best one of all of them, but I did say that I think people are shitting on it before really giving it a chance, and I think people are going to be pleasantly surprised by how much they like it.
Yeah, I think because of all the rumors from Jack, like having a Jack show, I think this completely caught off guard, and people were like
potentially coming back. Yeah, right, exactly.
Yeah. All right. What else?
You know what? I'll give you this hot take. It's just off the top. You're never getting Bill and Ted again.
Oh,
so stop asking for it.
Yeah, it's never coming back.
It's sad, but
it's never coming back.
And even if they do something similar to that, it won't be Bill and Ted.
I mean, I hate to say it, but
that's what I mean.
They're not relevant anymore. Everybody, they're not. That movie is how many years old at this point? And most of the general going public do not even really consider that as a possibility.
Yeah,
for the 5,000 of you that still want it, you're not getting it. I hate to say it. I'm sorry.
It would be fun, but
who Bill and Ted are.
It wouldn't be the same. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
All right. Let's see. What else do I have on here?
I'll give you one that's kind of along the same lines as like the house weights and like which house is going to be the biggest draw.
Let's hear it.
But more overall, I don't think your crowd size this year, your crowd condensity, or I don't know the word I'm looking for. I'm not smart, everybody. I don't think the crowds are going to be that big this year. I don't think they're going to be as bad as they were last year or the year before. I think between travel restrictions and issues with travel and people not coming to visit theme parks as much as they used to in the last year and a half, I think for the diehards, they'll be there. For a lot of the diehard locals, they'll be there. But I think a lot of the general public, I think they'll still come to it, but I don't think there's going to be enough here this season to really draw the level of crowds that we saw last year. Now, for us, that's great.
I think you're right.
It won't be as crazy. But I think for Universal, I think they're expecting Fortnite to do better than it really will. It's going to pull people. Obviously, there's going to be people that show up for that. But I still don't think that Fortnite is some massive force in the world that it's going to drive millions of people to come to the theme park this year over the course of the next 2 months or 2.5 months.
Yeah. And the fact that it's just, I mean, I'm curious too, if like the Fortnite fans that don't know like what Horror Nights are, if they're like, oh, it's there and they come, like, are they expecting it to be a house? Are they going to actually look deep enough and know that it's a scare, like just in a scare zone? Like, I'm very curious to see what the people that know nothing about Horror Nights and only know about Fortnite, if it crosses their, whatever, their Instagrams, their Facebooks, and they're like, oh, Fortnite's at Horror Nights. And like, that's all they see. They book their trip, they come, and they're like, oh, wait, what? It's just out here? Like, this is it?
Yeah. I mean, that's possible. I think that's a possibility. I do have another hot take that kind of follows that line of thinking, but I'll let you guys kind of go over some of the things you might have before we do that, because it's a little different. But you're right. I do think that there might be a number of people that are kind of expecting more than what they're going to get. Like, no offense, scare zones really aren't scary in a lot of ways. People may show up expecting it to be like an actual haunted house, and it's not. It's not what people are expecting. So I do think that, overall, I think that crowd sizes are not going to be as drastically big as they have been over the last 2 years.
Yeah. What else you got, Jamie?
Kind of just switch over to something different. Hot take, maybe a little take, nothing too crazy. I think we're going to see a lot of repeated food this year. I don't think we're going to get many new things. I think we have a lot of similar booths we've had in the past. They haven't really dropped menus like they do. I know the food carts and everything are going up and the food booths are going up, but I don't know. With the Stranger Things, I think they might do like a most popular hits of the foods that they've had in the past for the Stranger Things booths.
Yeah.
They have the meat booth back, which Shoot, I love that one. They had those little
True.
crispy fried zombie brains or something, whatever it was called.
So was that 30 or 31? When was that?
I forgot. It might have been
It
It was
31.
the year with the Icons House, I think.
Yeah.
Oh, no. It was the year with Scary Ohio.
Mhm.
Or was that the same year?
30,
the same
same year,
year.
yeah.
Might
30.
be
So
the
that'd be
same
also, so 30.
So that would be that year then.
That's
yeah.
crazy. That was
Yeah.
5 years ago.
I
That's
know.
crazy.
I know. I think we're going to see the Death by Cheese Stick again. That was very popular last year. And we
Mhm.
have
That
the
one was insane.
Jack and Oddfellow Carnival booths. So I think we could see some
I agree with
familiar
Jamie.
things on
I do
there.
think that you're right. I think that they didn't do enough, maybe just not get enough with the food, or maybe they feel like it's just not worth the time and the money and the effort to
Mhm.
think of a brand new menu every single year. We're still going to get themed things, but
We'll definitely get some new stuff, but especially with like Hellraiser and Sinners and stuff
correct.
like that, I feel like
You're
some of
not
the
gonna get-
stuff that you could theme with that kind of food,
yeah,
I feel like they could use different items that they've had in the past already and kind of put a little twist on them and be like, this is now the Sinners rice and beans with sausage, or like something,
right.
just
Which
something
they've kind of
speaking
already,
like
they've
that.
already kind of done that a little bit, but you're right. I think
Yeah,
that
because I feel like the Quiet Place had kind of like Southern food a little bit. That booth kind of had that sort of
Yep.
stuff. So I was like, maybe, but we'll
yeah,
see.
so you'll get
We'll see.
your,
Yeah. As long as we can get another alcoholic coffee for my 1 a.m.
yeah,
run times, I'll be good.
you that and another nasty light bulb
Yeah.
And that-
lantern drink.
If that cheese stick comes back, man, oh my God.
I would be
Colin's gonna hate me.
I would be very surprised if it didn't come back. The way that food booth was always full.
I know, it's crazy.
And it's
And
so
that-
easy.
You also
The
wonder,
carnival corn dog.
Oh, I need it.
Right,
I better
but
get a
did-
hot dog.
but did they learn from that a little bit and maybe add certain food items like the cheese stick at multiple booths?
They
That's
should.
that's a good idea too, honestly.
Yeah,
I didn't
because,
think about that.
Like the cheese stick's not really a theme
Yeah.
item, you know what I mean? So it can kind of fit in different places, but
Yeah.
Right. We'll probably get walking tacos again. I assume that's going to
for
be
sure.
the booth in the back
yeah, they'll be
by
there.
Animal Actors, because it kind of looks like it has the Dia de los Muertos setup back there.
Mhm.
So I assume that's going to be that theming. Don't really know what that was supposed to kind of coincide with, but hey,
Yeah,
I
it's
love
weird.
that theming anytime. So, but I'm surprised that they needed it for Club Juke. But again, I
As
thought
long
they
as I
could
get
have.
my tendies, I'm good.
Attendees will probably be back. I would think so.
Those
Mhm.
are a staple.
They were.
All right.
Everyone loved them.
I don't know if I have anything food related. I got a couple more house things.
Yeah, I mean, the only thing I was going to think is I think like last year, I don't think we're getting any special new beers this year. I think we're
Yeah.
going to get the same beers we got last year and the year before. I think they're bringing back PB&J, whatever the hell they call that
Yeah,
one.
that mixtape.
I hope Original
Um,
Sin comes back. That'd be nice.
I feel like Whole Hog will be there, like normal,
Yeah.
your basic bitch beers, like some basic stuff, but
Miller Lite
you're not
Modelo.
gonna, right. So I think the only place we'll get maybe some unique things might be in Club Horror. I think last year we did get like maybe one beer or two beers that were different
Couple
from
different
everywhere
ones.
else in the park.
Mhm.
But it won't be anything. I don't think you're going to get anything special.
Yeah, I feel like unfortunately with like the beer and stuff, I think just over the past couple of years, it does seem like kind of your hands are tied. Like this is what you get. These are your domestics. Like we're not taking chances. We just want to sell what sells.
And the worst part is that the only domestic they sell is Miller Lite, like the worst domestic
Yeah,
of all of them.
Yeah,
Why would
I'd
you
rather
pick
have them
that
all.
one?
I'd rather have all. The only one that I don't like, I think we disagree. I like Miller more than Coors, but I like Bud
Ugh.
Light the best out of those, and I hate Mick Ultra. So
Oh my god,
Yeah.
Miller Lite tastes like liquid, like sugary pee. It's gross.
Well,
I hate Miller Lite.
funny you brought up Club Horror, because as Club Horror, as I call Club Headache's #1 hater, I think I might have fun in it this year. The little Club
Ooh.
Horror logo that they have on the outside, the DJ booth
Yeah.
looks super cool and spooky. They have a
pumpkins.
bunch of pumpkins hung up and everything.
Yep.
I haven't
They
gone
may
to the
have
parks.
listened.
I'm off on Monday and Tuesday this week, and so I think I might try to make it out there one of those days and see how everything's looking. But
I
it's
do have
already
a half
looking.
day on Tuesday. Maybe I'll shoot over
Yeah,
after my doctor's
Yeah,
appointment.
let me know. But it's looking more appealing than it was last
That
year.
would, yeah, that does look fun.
And I'm liking how they're going with that theming. So I
I-
could see myself enjoying more time in there with that. As long as they like kind of keep that going with the music too, and go with that
Yeah.
too. If I hear the Monster Mash
Well,
at
I
least
think that's
once, they might have
probably
me
the
hooked.
catalyst.
Mhm.
Jamie, I think you're right. I think it's starting to look like they listened a little bit. Like it's going to be more of a Halloween party vibe, more than just like a nightclub.
Did you guys
But I
listen
think-
to me?
I think they are still going to have like your traditional like boom, boom, boom,
Yeah.
like dance music and
Yeah.
stuff,
Which is
and
cool,
which
too.
is fine. But you're right,
'Cause
it
it's
is kind of
like-
loud, especially if you have a headache. Like it's not.
But this year, I'm going to be smart and boost it up a little bit and bring the Excedrin instead to kind of prep myself.
I'm going to take 3 before I go into Horror Nights every night.
1,000 milligrams of Tylenol.
And instead of feeling like I'm in a nightclub at Halloween Horror Nights, I'll feel like I'm in a Halloween party nightclub at Halloween Horror Nights, which is what I wanted all along. So,
I hope
good job, Bopor.
I do agree with you.
You're looking more fun. Yeah, I'm curious what the dancers are going to wear too.
Like, I hope they got either like pumpkin heads or Halloween masks or something like that. I hope they put
like Halloween mask. That'd be fun.
I hope like at the center stage on the DJ booth, they have Lil Boo on like a record player. So he's just spinning around.
I hope they have a walking, like an actual Lil Boo, like a dude like with a Lil Boo head on.
Or the DJ could wear a Lil Boo
jams.
head.
Exactly. Yeah.
If you're going to theme it, like go all in, theme it all up.
Yeah.
Right. They should.
I want to feel like I'm in Halloween Town.
All right. So do you want, I have a hot of the hottest takes that might really rankle some
All right.
people.
Let's hear it. It might coincide with something I have.
I feel like I might know what it is too.
This is more of an overall long-term hot take rather than just for this season.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've already kind of discussed this a little bit in the past with you guys. I know some people don't agree with me, but I do think, I still feel this way. Not necessarily with houses. I think houses are they are what they are. They're not really going to change much with the houses. I think you're still going to get a lot of the same experiences you are with the houses. We may start losing one house a year for something that's pretty, overall, beloved in some way, in the sense that like, oh, this is just really popular IP. We have to do this, every year. I think we are going to start losing our traditional scare zones going forward. I think they've already kind of started to do that. We're down really a scare zone in a lot of ways, because that front scare zone was never really much of a scare zone in a lot of ways. It's more of just like a welcome to Horror Nights. Here's all the things you're going to see and so forth. We've already lost San Francisco. That's now a street experience. And we've got a street experience at Mel's. I do not consider Fortnite a scare zone. I don't think it will be a scare zone. I know that they want to call it that, but I don't think that's the point.
Yeah.
I think it's going to be a lot of purple and music and fucking people emoting the whole time. And it's going to be more of like a living video game than a scare zone in the traditional sense. And I think that that's the route Universal is taking. I think that's where they're going. I've said it before in the past. I still believe that they are trying to make this event more family friendly than it has been in the past. I mean, all I've ever heard from people complain about is that it's not scary anymore. It's not like it used to be. It's way more tame than it ever was. And it's never going to go back to that, for one. You're never going to get the traditional Horror Nights experience. I think that with the houses, you're still going to get some hardcore houses, because again, you can choose to go through a house or not go through a house. And I think they want to start appealing to more of those people that like to go just for the ambiance, just for the feeling of being there, getting that Halloween, drinking a pumpkin beer, listening to Halloween spooky music, seeing some things from afar, but safe enough that I'm not being actively scared. And I think you're losing some of that element with the scare zones because of that. I think they feel like they're drawing more crowds when they offer more street experiences than they do when they just have traditional houses and scare zones, and that's it.
Yeah, breaks it up a little bit. I can see that happening, because it also makes sense too. Like, if you also want to focus on building like big, cool, elaborate sets to take up space to like immerse people, you could get away with putting less scare actors out there and like make it more immersive.
More of a show element type of thing, more showy things, less boo popping out of things and popping out of holes and trying to scare people. It's more of that, out in the open type of situation. But I just feel like I have a hard time believing that Fortnite was designed to be a traditional scare zone, because there's nothing scary about it. There's nothing narrative, like there's no narrative to it. So it's just characters that are dressed up as like pumpkins and skeletons and shit dancing.
Yeah. Well,
why not just put that in why not just do Club Horror Fortnite edition? Why
that
make
would
it
have made a lot
zone?
of sense. Yeah. That would have made way more sense. So I'm going to jump on to one of mine, which might be the hottest. I still have a couple after this. I said, I think Fortnite's going to be an event standout. I think Seamus is going to buy into it after.
I will not buy into it.
I said that too. I said, I think
I think that's my exact take of Dragons when we had our hot takes for our Dragons year.
I think
it's going to win over Seamus.
And you were I think Fortnite is going to be kind of fun, and it's going to surprise all of us, especially Seamus.
Nope. Nope. I will stand by it right now. I promise. My hot take. I will completely avoid Central Park the entire season.
You and Aaron.
And you can take bets on that. I will walk around. I will take Scott's detours.
I was going to say Scott gave you the route
every night.
So
I
funny.
will not go through that scare zone. I promise you, I won't. And it's not just because I don't like Fortnite and I think it's stupid, but also because I don't want to deal with that crap. I don't want to deal with it.
Seamus, come on. You're going to be hitting the Irish jig at Club Juke right next to it. The purple lights are going to draw you in. I know, come on.
No.
It's like the lights at the casino.
The Irish jig will happen at the Juke joint at Sinners.
You're like, damn, what's going on over there?
I will completely avoid that purple stupid ass emoting dancing.
Is that guy a banana?
No.
They got bananas over there?
I'm done. Nope. You can keep your battle bus. You can keep your
vroom,
stupid,
vroom.
No. The answer is no. The answer is no. You can keep your Shaggy. You can keep your Scooby. You can keep your fucking, fucking chainsaws and baseball bats and fake ray guns and have a blast.
You're going to be like in Arrested Development when George Michael looks around. That's going to be you walking through the scare zone, just not really looking, but kind of looking around at everything else.
Well, that's the thing. I have to walk through it for that to happen, and I'm not walking through it. So I promise you, I will not go through it. I will completely avoid that scare zone.
I'll see. We're going to circle back to that hot take. That's the hottest one I got, I think. Some other ones that I can jump into that. It's tough going down from that, but that was my hottest one. This one you're going to see. I'm going to buy Seamus a Fortnite shirt.
I think you're just saying shit to say shit because I know you don't think it's going to be that good.
I might not like it, but I think it's good. I do think it's Ramon and Dylan.
There is a difference between thinking that it will be surprisingly good and popular, because what's popular is not always good.
Yeah.
So it's obviously going to be popular. But
yeah, I think other than it being popular, I think it's going to turn other people. I think a lot of people that were curious or like hesitant about it, maybe not you or me, but I think a lot of those people might buy into it.
Maybe I'll be the annoying contrarian.
Listen, all I'm saying is a couple high noons in, and I think it'll be quite funny to walk through.
A couple six packs, maybe.
You will not catch me grittying. You will not catch me flossing. You will not catch me.
No, I don't dance, but I'll people watch.
You won't be able to because it'll be like
they'll try to reel me in.
It'll be like crotch to ass the whole time.
Nuts to butts, baby.
Screw that. No, thank you.
All right. A couple other little house ones I had. I put Invasion is going to be the scariest house in the last 10 years.
Oh, that might be hotter than the last one.
It's going to beat out the other stuff. Would be
the scariest?
The scariest is kind of crazy take, actually.
Scarier than Insidious?
Yep, I think so.
Woo!
I think aliens are a pretty scary thing myself. I think they're going to be going pretty hard in that sprung tent, which I'm assuming that's where it's at.
If I had to give you a hot take in relation to that, I think, one, you're wrong. I don't think it's going to be the scariest. I think potentially Evil Dead is the scariest.
Good. I think Evil Dead's going to go hard on the gore.
Again, scariest is it's such a subjective term.
Yes,
what's objectively scary to somebody is not objectively scary to someone else. So it's kind of hard to make that determination. But I think we can all agree that like Insidious over the last 10 years is probably one of the scariest houses they've done.
Yeah, that and Scarecrow.
Scarecrow, Blood Moon to a certain extent.
Blood Moon was scary.
There was, or The Exorcist. Like The Exorcist was like there. I mean, vividly remember there were a couple of times where I thought like some chick was an actual dummy and she moved and I freaked the hell out. Like that. I mean, objectively scary. Like bugs to me was objectively scary because I hate bugs. So when I to the point where it makes me like sick to my stomach. So like to me that's scary, but to a lot of people that was just goofy fun.
Yeah. So
you can see where like the difference is, but you're right. There's a chance Invasion could be scary. I still think Invasion is going to be kind of like that goofy, Invader Zim attack on the Mars attacks type.
Oh yeah,
like goofy. It's going to be like that 50s camp house.
I think they're going.
Still think that.
I think they're going to go like hard scary because they don't.
I would prefer. I agree with you. I would prefer that, but I think it's going to be like Little Green Men type of abduct the cows, probe people for
it's probing time
for Angel.
I think that Cybergoria has the opportunity to be one of the most unique houses we've seen in a long time.
I hope you're right.
I hope.
I do.
I don't know. We
I
haven't
don't
really
know.
gotten much determination yet on like where they all are. I think we're pretty confident Hellraiser Sinners are the new tents. Sprung tents are HR and Aliens. I think Fast and the Furious is Cybergoria, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh, that would suck. Oh, that would be so bad. I'd be
I think that would make
disappointed.
the most sense because I think it's going to be very like industrial, futuristic
Which
stuff.
I think can work because I think it'll be very close quartered. Like,
which would be if they utilize the space right. If they use it, if they do it like they did with Major Suites.
Yes, that's what I think.
I agree with you. Like, but if it's like what they did with Friday or like they did with like Black Phone, even Black Phone, like that split. I don't like that split. I really don't.
Yeah, I think they'll find a way to. I think of all the houses, honestly, like I would probably want to peg that one in that location because I think it's the only one that could work with it. Like it could work at the other ones as well, but I think being this kind of like really tight, close quarters, claustrophobic, loud kind of thing, no bleed in from any other houses surrounding it. I think could benefit it a little bit. Let's see.
Yeah.
I think Madlands is going to be this year's museum. I think it's a little too all over the place.
Yeah.
I don't know if they're going to tie it together.
That's the one that I keep kind of forgetting about, honestly. And that's usually not a good
I wouldn't necessarily, I don't think I'd give it museum levels of disappointing, but I do think it'll be like Galkin in a lot of ways where I think certain people are going to like it. I think other people are going to be like, that was okay. It wasn't great. Not really sure where they were going with it, but I don't think it's going to be like museum levels of bad. But I agree with you because when we talk about our wait times, I think, you'll see where I'm coming from.
Yeah, because I think they're trying to juggle a lot in that house.
I agree. Yeah,
like post-apocalyptic zoo, cannibals, but they're also animals.
Yeah, there's a lot going on. Unsure kind of where they're going with it.
Yeah, like is it gonna wrap up? Does anybody have any other final hot takes? Because I got a couple quick ones. No, all right, I'll rattle these things off
just to make sure. I might have one, but go ahead.
Let's see. I think 2 p.m. houses are going to be a game changer. I know some people don't want to go into houses that early. Honestly, I'm kind of looking forward to going a couple days at 1 o'clock and leaving at 7:30.
I know for a fact you're never going to do that.
one or two times, like not often, not often. But if it gets towards middle of October, where I'm like, that's the stage where I'm like, all right, I'm getting tired, but the end isn't completely in sight yet, so I'm not pushing myself. There was a couple nights where I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna stay in tonight. But if I'm off work that day, why not go for 12 to 7 or something like that, or 12 to 6 and bang out 3 or 4 houses and call it a day before the sun goes down.
Because Jamie and I have known you long enough that when you're there, it's very hard to get you to just be like, you know what, I'm done. I'm not going to go, oh shit, that's 15 minutes. Oh, I guess I'll go do that one real quick. And then I'll catch this one on the way out. And then before you know it, it's 1:30, 2 o'clock.
Into 4 people
Yeah. But
I think I'm just going to hit this house with so-and-so real quick.
But my thing is, when it's like that, right? That's like I got there at 6 kind of thing. And leaving at 12, like the house times are going to go down. If I'm going at like 1, the house times aren't going to go down until for 10 hours. Like if it's like 7, like if I'm going to go and do like a 12 to 6 or a 12 to 7, that's when everything's going to start peaking up.
All right. So my hot take then, like your hot take, is I think Nick's right. I think Nick will actually leave the park before it gets super dark. I think there will be one day you leave before it gets dark.
When I'm sick and tired.
And people look at you and go, are you okay? You feeling okay?
I think this 2 p.m. thing's going to be
stumbling
tricky.
out at 7 o'clock after having like 4 pumpkin beers at 2. You're like, oh!
No food in the system.
No food.
The booths weren't open yet, but the beer carts were. It's fine. Let's see. I put 1. I think the express lines are going to be the same as past years. I think eliminating it off of frequent fear isn't going to really affect it at all.
I don't think it's going to do much. I don't either. I agree with you there. I think it'll help a little bit, but I just think all it's going to do is piss people off. I really think that's all it's going to piss a lot of frequent fear pass holders off.
Yeah. I don't think the lines are going to adjust.
I think a lot of those that are bitching about it, they're going to go get it whatever night they go anyways.
On site.
They'll spend the money.
Yeah.
They really, people spend the money.
Yeah. I just don't think, I think the times are going to be the same.
Yeah, and again, because I don't think, like I said before, going back to my earlier hot take, I don't think there's going to be that house that takes 2 hours to get in line. I think every line's going to be, there'll be a couple houses that are
prime time,
genuinely over an hour, but there won't be that
180,
consistent 180, 200-minute waits, with or without this change to frequent fear to the express pass. So yeah, I think I don't think it'll change much other than them potentially making changes to just like process and making sure that everybody that's running those lines knows, you let 20 express through, then you let another 30 or 40 regular lines, 20 more express go through. You know what I mean? Like, because like the express, you're already not waiting that long. The most you're waiting is at that point where the person is letting one of the other lines through. You're not really waiting much longer than that. So, you have to wait 10 minutes to let 30 or 40 people in the standard line go through before you're let in.
Yeah.
They've been waiting for 45, 50 minutes. You've been waiting for 5.
Yeah.
Like, relax.
Yeah.
Like this idea that they have to let every single person in the express line through first before they start letting more people through. That's what causes the waits to be so bad.
Yeah. Poor management on there. And then
it's piss poor management of the lines. And I don't think that Universal really has much of a set process in place. I think they just kind of like play it by ear.
Yeah.
And that's the problem.
Yeah. And then the final one, which we'll see. We'll see if people get mad at this one. We love him, but I think Jack is just overused, overhyped.
No.
I think we need to call it on him for a little bit.
No.
I'm sick every 5 years. Like there's just
You know what? I can't stand when people say that
icons.
because he's literally the face of the event. That's why people started for HHN and becoming. So of course they're never going to get rid of him. Why would they
I get it. He's the face, but like
if anyone's overused, it's Lil friggin' Boo.
Jack sucks.
It's just it was HHN.
Jack's a bitch.
10
Who are you gonna
is
have?
when he came
Chainsaw
out.
friggin' Eddie be the new icon? Come on now. He was scrapped a long time ago.
To those other cool ones, man. I'm
and
so
everyone
sick
wants
of,
him to come back so bad.
I never get to see, I want to see something with like a more prominent role of like a Lady Luck or caretaker or director and usher. Like these are really cool characters and they get sidelined every 5 years for an anniversary as some Easter egg or scare zone.
And we just got a whole house about them a couple years ago.
Again, they all got shoehorned in there. They had a room each. Like I want to see a caretaker house. I want to see an actual theater usher director house. Like I want to see something like that. Like at the end of this thing, Oddfellows should just kill Jack. And just that's it.
Maybe he will.
I mean, and he already has. He's killed Jack before,
well,
so like
I was gonna say,
he can always come back. But like, just let him breathe for a minute here. Like, just make me want him back.
Can we just get an all originals year? Just please.
I feel like we haven't seen Jack
once.
in like 6 years.
Saw him at 30.
Yeah, 6 years ago.
Yeah,
6 years ago.
5 years ago.
Yeah,
whatever.
Five
whatever
years
it was.
ago. I'm not that good at math.
but he was like the guy again. Like
all he was doing was walking around, and I barely even saw him half the time.
It's fine.
Don't worry, Jack. They'll never make me hate you.
I don't hate him.
I'm a Jack hater. I'll say it. I'll be upfront with it. I think he's just a low rent joker, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
That's gonna piss some people off.
Well,
Sorry.
I think that's a perfect segue then. Let's get to our over-unders. Let's get to our wait times. Let's get to seeing what we think is going to be where. So I think we all, when I sent out the list, we should have this all in the same order.
I think I do, yeah.
Which is perfect because we're going to start with Jack and Oddfellow, Chaos, and Control. So what did you put as your like minute marker on this thing?
Who do you want to start? Doesn't matter.
You can start.
I got 45 minutes for Jack and Oddfellow.
Ooh, okay. Jamie, what did you put?
We're starting at Control and Chaos, right?
Yep.
Correct.
Or Chaos and Control. I'm sorry. I put 50,
You got it.
actually.
There you go.
I way overshot both of you.
Really?
Really?
I put 90.
90?
Oh,
hour and a half.
No
way.
That's going to be
no
the
way.
prominent original one.
I don't think so.
They got faith in it just because, well, I mean prominent as in they're in the zones. This is like their event.
True. I mean,
Like,
I think just based
like
on
the
name,
best. Yeah.
just based on name value, yeah, it might. But I think 90's pushing it. I don't think you're going to get. We'll get to it, but I think you might have one IP get to 90. I think that's the highest weight we're going to have for anything this year.
Oh, I got a lot over. So then, okay, so we're gonna
Which
So
is probably a hot take, to be honest with you, because 90 minutes isn't really that long in
Hour and a
comparison
half.
to what it has been the last couple of years. But like I said before, I don't think you're going to have too many houses that creep over the 100-minute mark.
Yeah, what I built into my thought process too was the fact that this was selected as one of the 2 p.m. houses. So I was like, okay, they think something is really cooking here. And that was their big focus. So okay, so I said 90, you guys said 40. So we'll kind of split the difference and say it's like 60.
I think we probably should preface that this idea is what we think it's going to be at its height, not
Like
so much like an average. Like what is this like what is going to be peak weights for these houses essentially?
Yeah.
Right. Because I don't think this brooch is 60 minutes.
No.
Nope.
Yeah, I'd be curious. So. We gotta find a way to track this
because
thing.
I don't remember the Oddfellow house being that long of a wait ever.
No, I don't either.
Yeah. So let's see. All right. So let's go down to Evil Dead Burn.
Mm-hmm.
I had this at 55 minutes.
I had it at 60.
60? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I had it at 35.
35?
Yep.
Seamus.
For me, I just think IPs are like...
That's my only thing, too.
I don't think... Give me a year where every IP was over an hour consistently.
Yeah, I'd have to look back on them, but there's always at least one or two, but not all.
There's always one that just doesn't do well, and I don't think Evil Dead's going to be it.
Yeah,
I think Evil Dead is. I think the movie's not getting a lot of love right now.
Oh no,
I don't think many people are that into it. I think you've got better IPs this year. It's an Evil Dead house without Ash. Like that's a tough sell, I think, for a lot of people.
And as much as we love Evil Dead 2, like, does the name really have that much power right now?
I don't think I don't think it has that much of a draw anymore.
Because I think it's like the 2 generations, right? Like all the new people, the younger kids now, when you say Evil Dead, they instantly think of Rise and Burn. But like you talk to...
If they even know what that is. Like they may not have seen the movie, because again, I don't think the movies did very well.
No, the distribution got all jacked up just because with Rise, it was kind of during that COVID era. So like it didn't really get that full rollout, and then Burn really didn't do well. So it's like, oh, in 2 weeks, it'll be on VOD. You're like, that's not a good sign. Yeah, that's not a good sign. Big one here. Stranger Things 5. Jamie, what'd you put for Stranger Things 5?
I put 80 minutes.
Seamus, what'd you go with?
80.
I put 60.
Right
at an hour.
I put 100.
Okay, yeah. I mean,
I went high on it.
I definitely see that happening. I mean, I could see. I don't think it's going to be the highest IP weight, but I do. I mean, again, I granted, I agree with you. I think that of all the IPs, it's the biggest name. It's the biggest draw. So yes, I think a lot of like the normies are going to come for that house. But again, at the same time, going along with what we said before, and I think you may even mentioned it tonight, I think there is some Stranger Things fatigue.
Yeah,
I think that's going to affect it. I think there's a lot of people that are like, we're tired of Stranger Things. We've seen this 4 times in the last 8 years. Like, that's a lot of Stranger Things to keep bringing back. And this, again, much like Evil Dead Burn, this season didn't do as well, I think, as previous seasons.
Yeah, and I'm curious too how many young people it's drawing in for the first time. Like, I feel like it's such a small minority that the majority of HHN goers, like if they really wanted to see Stranger Things at Horror Nights, they already have.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know if this is, I'm sure some people will be, this is their first Stranger Things house, but I think that's a pretty small minority.
Right. Which is why, I mean, I gave it an hour. I guess I could see where you're coming from. I think I could be completely wrong here. This could be the house that draws the most people. And I, will obviously eat my humble pie and say, yeah, no, you were right. Stranger Things is crazy, but I do think that burnout is real. I think Stranger Things burnout is real.
Yeah, and for me too, it's one of those things where even with 4, it was one of the houses I ended up doing, I think, probably the least amount because it did have such a high wait time where I was like, is it worth it? Like, there's some properties that like, yeah, we'll wait that long time because it's, like a Terrifier, right? Like that's the first time we ever saw it. It was a really fun house. If this is like a long, like hour 20, 100 minutes, I'm like, I've seen Stranger Things a bunch. Like I'm good. Like I don't need to kind of revisit it as often because I have seen all the houses before. So that might hurt or help. I'm not sure. Ozzy Osbourne, Prince of Darkness. I put this thing at 85.
60.
No, I'll split the difference. I got it at 75.
All right.
right.
So we're all kind of in that same ballpark then.
Mhm.
Yeah, I think this is this is kind of like the opposite of what I was just saying with Stranger Things. This is like, other than the Black Sabbath house at Hollywood a while ago, this is really the first time like that this thing is happening. This is a big name.
Right. And he's been in the news lately. I mean, obviously with his passing a year and a half ago at this point, I think that's kind of kept him alive in the zeitgeist. He's also one of the biggest names in music in general, not just metal.
All time.
I think just in all time, he's kind of like got that same notoriety as someone like Alice Cooper or Gene Simmons and Kiss. Like, I feel like he's that type of figure. And I think, obviously, of all the musical people we've had over the years, even though it hasn't been a lot, I think he is probably the most worthy, the fit for some sort of house. Am I excited for it? We'll get to that when we talk about our hype stuff. If we haven't already talked about it again, I don't know what we are in the timeline here.
Not yet, but we will.
We either discuss it or we're going to discuss it, how I feel about it. But at the same time, I do think that Ozzy rightfully deserves this type of honor. And I think much like Bray got last year, I think he's going to get a lot of excited and eager fans, as well as new fans who are experiencing him for the first time, or for some of the first time. It's going to be a great option for grandparents and parents to show this to their children and grandchildren. Like, this is Ozzy. This is who he was. This is his music. This is the image that he created. He was very much a front man, and I think this is going to be a result of that. Yeah. So I definitely think this is going to be one of the higher weights.
It's one of those weird things too, where he's one of the not very few, but he's of the small portion of the musical industry that has transcended generations this long, as well as like pop culture with the TV show, like people that maybe didn't listen, back in the day whenever Osbourne's was on TV show, that people might have watched the show and not listened to his music at that point, and then they started learning who he was through that. If you're a kid learning guitar, you're gonna learn Iron Man or something like that on guitar. Like, you're gonna learn an Ozzy song on guitar.
Before the listeners jump.
Well, it's a Black Sabbath.
Iron Man was a Sabbath song.
Yeah, but
you're right. I mean, they're learning Crazy Train and Bark at the Moon and a number of other Ozzy hits. Especially considering Ozzy was the king at finding the right guitar player. I mean, between Randy Rhoads and Zakk Wylde and whoever else he's had over the years, he always finds that up and coming young player. He always found that player who really inspired a lot of the next generation. I mean, you talk to any mainstream band today or over the last 20 years, and they'll tell you that Ozzy and Sabbath really inspired them to write the music that they do. So I think that he fits, especially now with, younger artists like Youngblood, who's really pushing Ozzy. I think he's pushing it to a younger audience. So there's going to be a whole swath of generational fandom that are coming for this particular house.
There's just so few things, even properties, even like IPs, right? Like, how many IPs can you ask an 18-year-old and an 80-year-old if they know and they say yes?
Yeah, correct.
Like, if you ask an 80-year-old what Fortnite is, they're not going to tell you.
Yeah, they're not going to know.
What the hell is Fortnite?
Yeah, but Ozzy, they'll know. They'll know Ozzy Osbourne.
Correct, exactly. Yep, you're right. I agree.
Alrighty. Madlands, Caged Cannibals.
25 minutes.
25.
35.
There you go. We kind of all have the same,
right around there,
wavelength. Yeah, this is going to be, like Nick said, I think this is going to be, it's going to get the museum treatment. I don't know if it'll deserve that, but I think it's definitely going to be that house that everybody does once. They go, yeah, that was cute. That wasn't good. Or that was okay. And the weights will stay pretty low.
Yeah, I really hope that it's not the case. But
I hope it's not the case either, obviously. But
out of all of them, that's the one that kind of raised my antennas a little bit more.
Yeah.
Not much more to discuss on that. Let's move on to Cybergoria.
35.
I got it at 30. As much as I'm excited for this house, I've got it at 30.
Right.
I put it at 40. So again,
Nick, you're real generous.
Yeah, you're generous to it, I think.
I've been bumping it up so kind of
because out of the three of us, I feel like you're the one that's kind of like
the highest on these.
Really on it. Like, I mean, because you aren't super, like, you didn't like the Zomboids or whatever the hell it was, and it's kind of fits along that same.
I think my thinking with a lot of these times is kind of brought from the point that you had brought up earlier, where there is no huge 3-hour like FNAF, right? Like so, like the crowd's got to go
So it's all
somewhere. So
kinda
like I sprinkled it
out.
on all of them. Yeah,
Makes sense.
so
I could see that.
like if there was a FNAF in here, I would probably take 5 to 10 minutes off of each time and throw it onto that one.
Yeah, no,
That's
I can see
kinda
that
where I'm
for
aiming.
sure.
But also, other than Jason, that location hasn't really garnered those long times. I mean, obviously, like Chucky did at times because it was Chucky.
There were times you're like, what the hell? Why is that?
Yeah.
Why is it? I was 90 minutes right now. What the hell is going on?
And it's tough too because I feel like throughout the season things change, right? Like
Maybe even last year, I feel like Jason. There were periods of time where Jason had like uppers over an hour, and I was like, how the hell does that house have over an hour wait? Like it's got to be just the name recognition.
Oh yeah, 100%. But there's times throughout the seasons that the reception trickles through because I remember like Blood Moon to start was like you can pay people to go into the house. It was great.
I know.
And then people start, and then the word got out, and they're like, "No, this is the can't miss." Like
you got to give it a chance.
And then come October, it's sitting at 60 to 70.
But again, Blood Moon was in that location where they used that like inner queue, and it was never full. Like they way overestimated the amount of people that were going to be waiting for that house, and like, it's like that's where like you should put something like a FNAF in that location just because you have such a massive queue for it. But
yeah, I think so too. Alrighty, Invasion, Alien Abduction, the old sprung tents.
I get this one at 45.
45 as well.
I put it at 50.
Yeah,
so we're all
pretty close.
I think we all kind of feel the same way about this one. I think that, again, we haven't done aliens, we haven't done sci-fi, we haven't done this in a long time or in a long while.
People love it.
I think people are clamoring for it. They're down for it, and I think that is something that it's a new experience that could be fun. Whether it's a camp house or it's a serious house, I think the weights are gonna pretty much stay the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this is something I think that, like you said, we haven't done this all too often for whatever reason. It's weird that we haven't really been super sci-fi often, but this year we really have 2 that are pretty sci-fi, and I mean 3 if you kind of want to sprinkle Hellraiser as a little sci-fi-ish. Like there's some weird stuff in there. So this is they're definitely going all in on that sci-fi style stuff this year.
For sure. Yeah, for sure.
Nice. All right, Jamie. HR Blood and Guts presents a Halloween Fright-tacular. What do you think this is going to be?
You want me to be honest?
Yeah.
No, yeah.
50.
No, I want you to lie.
No,
you said 50?
50,
okay.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
50? What'd you have, Seamus?
I got it at 60. I got it at an hour.
I have it at 60 minutes as well.
Okay, look at that.
I think because, it's kind of the same thing with the Jack and Oddfellow. This has a pedigree or a history.
I think this has more pedigree. I think this has more name recognition. I also think that, unlike Jack, which you've already alluded to this, Nick, I think there's some Jack fatigue as much as there's Stranger Things fatigue. I know that he's the face of the event. I know he's like the number one icon. I know that everybody loves that stupid clown. But I think that someone like HR Blood and Guts, where you haven't really seen a lot of him, we're now going to get another experience with him. And he's really going to have a whole house to shine. I think that's going to draw a lot of people. So I think this is probably going to be the original that garners the most average weight or the most consistent weight.
Yeah. It's again, kind of like how I said, like, give me some of those older icons. This is that. Like if they brought like if they did like a Meaty Meats house.
Yeah, I want more Carrie, Ohio. Like I want more of that. Less icon and more, give me more of the Carrie story.
Yeah.
I don't think they do enough with that.
Yeah. Yeah, it's more of just like Easter eggs at this point. We're like, oh, this takes place in Carrie.
Like callbacks to it or whatever, or just saying in the story notes that, oh, well, this takes place in this area or this character who happens to be related to Carrie, Ohio in some way. Mm-hmm. So it's nice to see some of these guys getting another, full treatment.
A full house, yeah.
Exactly.
Sinners.
Oh.
What are we thinking about Sinners?
You want mine?
Yeah.
I got this one at the highest weight of the event. I got this at 90 minutes.
Okay. Jamie, what'd you put?
I also have it as the highest weight for the event, and I put it at 120 minutes.
Okay. It's higher than I thought, but yeah, I could see it.
I'm kind of in between. I put it at 100.
I think this is the only one that might hit 2 hours.
Yeah, you're right. I think there's a possibility on the busiest nights. I think this one could definitely touch that FNAF I just don't think it'll consistently be that. I think like with FNAF, like
Right.
park opens, it's already at 200 minutes or 180 minutes or whatever, and it just stays that way the whole night.
Yeah.
I don't think Sinners will be like that, but I do think consistently this will be
I could see it
hovering
getting up
around
there,
that
though.
85 to 100, 105, 110.
Especially because it's location. You know, with FNAF 2, it was right in the middle of everything, kind of up front.
Yep.
Sinners, if it's in that new tent out in the back, like that, you know, I think if you put this up where FNAF was in that, you know, cul-de-sac area.
There were nights where Fallout was touching upper 90s.
Yeah.
And even with the hate that it was getting, a lot of this isn't that good, it was still consistently about 85, 90 minutes in the back. So I think this house isn't going to hurt at all with what location's in.
People are going to find. They're seeking this one out.
Plus, those new tents are really good for like fake exterior set pieces. You know what I mean? Like it's going to make that exterior stuff feel real. And it did that with Fallout. It did with it, I think, with Galkin to a certain extent. So I do think it'll happen.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. Our last house, Hellraiser, Sinner's Neighbor, out in those new sprung tents. What are we thinking?
I got this one at 50.
Okay.
I got this one at 80.
Okay. Justifiable.
I have it at 85.
Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think it's just the IP people have been asking for, so they better show up.
I think it's an IP that will draw. I don't know if it'll be as high as you guys think, but again, I can see that. I agree with you. I think it's going to draw. It's going to pull a lot of that Sinner weight. So a lot of people that are going back for Sinners, they're going to say, "Let's get in line for Hellraiser." It's already we're already back here, so it's going to be one of those things where they're going to kind of bounce off each other. So Sinners is going to pull people from the Hellraiser house and vice versa, and I think they're both going to benefit from that number of weight. So
yeah, I think so too. It's that same situation where it's like, I would go back to those houses, sometimes not even specifically to do one or the other. It was just like, well, I'll walk back there and whatever shorter I'll do. And especially if it's like late at night, right? If it's like 11 o'clock and it's like, oh, well, Sinners is an hour and Hellraiser is 45. It's like, all right, well, I'll just do Hellraiser. And then maybe in that 45 minutes, Sinners, once it's like 12:40 or whatever, maybe that'll be down to 35.
Exactly.
Yeah,
for sure.
So that wraps up our hot takes and our wait times over and unders. I hope you join us tomorrow for our Guess the House. We're going to kind of give our takes on what we think is going to be inside of these houses before we see any pictures or hear any information or anything like that. A couple other things that I didn't mention on the top, but I do want to make note of. Obviously, come on out Wednesday, August 26th. That is for our HHN unofficial Family Feud event. That's going to be at Topgolf Orlando. The show starts at 7. You will see all three of us plus a whole bunch of other people from the community duking it out Family Feud
all
style.
Kinds of creators. Come hang out.
It's going to be great. It's going to be a fun time. We got a lot of cool surprises.
Make fools of ourselves.
Yes. Yep. It's going to pretend like we know how to actually put on a Family Feud show.
There will be somebody there, I guarantee you, who is ultra competitive, trying to win, and everyone else is just going to be having a good time. And I don't know who that's going to be, but somebody will definitely be that person.
Somebody will. Well, thankfully, I'm not playing, so.
Well, that's true. Nick isn't playing.
The other couple things that we got going on. Saturday, September 5th, join us over at Toll Road Brewing. That is going to be when we are releasing our See You in the Fog. This is our beer that we collaborate with Toll Road over in Ocoee. It's going to be a great time. Come on out. We are still a little bit of ways from that. I don't know exactly what we'll be doing, but maybe we'll do a live episode or something like that from the brewery. But we'll definitely be there hanging out, drinking, and hopefully you come out, test out our beer. But another event I wanted to point out that's not us included, but it's also at Toll Road. It's going to be the week after, Saturday, September 12th. That is when Toll Road Brewing does their spooky season Fright Flight. What that is they do a flight of 4 candy-treated beers, and they pair the beers up with like Halloween candies. And I think one of the beers that they're going to be using is our See You in the Fog, so you can kind of get that paired up with something. But in addition to that, every flight that you purchase gets a raffle ticket, and the raffle winner wins a $150 Universal gift card.
Ooh.
So come on, drinking some beers to win $150. Let's go.
Sounds fun.
Can't beat it.
Yeah, that's. Yep. You'd be crazy not to try that.
So keep an eye on our socials. We'll post more about the times on those because we haven't locked those down yet, but those are at least the dates of those. So again, Wednesday, August 26th, Family Feud. Saturday, September 5th is the See You in the Fog release. And then Saturday, September 12th is the Spooky Season Fright Flight event at Toll Road. But that wraps us up for today. We got a whole bunch more episodes ahead of us, so we hope you continue along this 1 week until HHN Podathon with us. If you've been with us since the beginning, thank you, and I hope you can hold strong and finish this whole marathon with
Start
us.
strong and finish weak.
I was going to say, hold on and finish strong. Yeah.
Limping our way to the end, just like us. All righty. Well, until next time, which will be tomorrow, this is Nick.
This is Seamus.
This is Jamie.
Happy haunts. Thank you for listening to another episode of Fear and Beer, a Halloween Horror Nights podcast. If you like what you heard, don't forget to leave us a 5-star review on whatever streaming platform you are listening to us on. You can find us on all of our socials at Fear and Beer Pod.